been wanting to do a video with this helmet for a very long time, and I finally found it, except I made the mistake of shaving, and then I finally found it. This video would have made more sense with this helmet and me clean shaven. So how's everybody doing, folks? A couple of weeks ago, I did a video about unboxing. Exclusive content only available on Facebook. I'm trying to plug my Facebook page. You could find me under Facebook / or at Project Silvercats. You could find me right there on Facebook. You'll see my picture like this with a 5 o'clock shadow under the thumbnail that looks like Total Recall. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video about unboxing something I bought on eBay. Again, exclusive content. And this is the wrestling ring that I unboxed. But now I kind of regret buying it for one thing. This wrestling ring is humongous. This ring is actually the Jakks Pacific, as you can see by the stickers. I mean, look at that. Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania existed. Ah, damn it. Damn it. See that right there? WrestleMania existed back then. The issue with this ring, it was a remake. It was a redo, kind of like what they do now with the Hasbro toys. They redid the Hasbro toys as classics. They're part of the Mattel series. Well, they did the same thing with this. This was the first wrestling ring they made for the Jakks Pacific. Now here's the thing. Look at this. This is a Jakks Pacific Jerry the King Lawler. Now look at here. See the irony right there? Look at that. The damn, I mean, fuck. The ring post towers the guy. This ain't even Hornswoggle. This is Jerry the King Lawler, Jakks Pacific action figure. I never paid attention to that about this ring when I first saw it. On paper, on display, this ring looks really nice. On the magazine articles, you could find like the cover of the monster ring comes with Goldust, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and I think Sonny on the side. Or no, that I think was the Raw is War ring, which is the same style. The ring is humongous, but the toys are small. This ring is originally intended for this guy right here. This is Corporal Kirshner from the LJN series from back in 1989. And man, this thing even towers him. Look at that. Just look at how humongous this thing is. Can you see there, people? The ring post, see that right there. I mean, when I touch the ring post is supposed to be by my waistline. Even though I'm only 5'8", but you know, there's people that are taller, and you know, I mean, Kevin Nash should go through the ropes with this loop, but this thing you have to jump on it. Look how humongous this ring is. But the reason why I got this ring is also because I'm trying to relive my childhood. I've come to the conclusion that when it comes to toys, I gotta cut down because I don't have any more room for them anymore. I don't have any more room. I'm already spending money on storage. But I am on a crusade to get some of my old toys back, even if I'm not talking about toys that I never had anymore. I mean, those toys kind of grew out of it already. Like, I was a big Ninja Turtles fan, but I never really had the Turtle Van. And so, I mean, I never had it, so it's not a big deal. My goal is to get toys that I, had it when I was a kid. They broke, they got destroyed. My stupid cousins burned them when I lived in Cambodia for 4 years. I'm on a crusade to get all my old toys back. This was one of them. I got this wrestling ring by the time I was no longer playing with toys in 9th grade. I bought it with the excuse of for my little brother, but it was actually for me. And I spent it, and then the money came out of my own pocket, out of my own allowance, because I really wasn't working at the time. This is one of them, and I'll tell you about something that I'm doing later. But let's continue experimenting with this wrestling ring. Again, big. Now here's other toys. Let's keep the thing under the family, with WWE being Mattel. Look at this. This is from She-Ra. And again, look at that. It looks like a pole on the street. You know, when you're a tall person and you stand right by the "Don't Walk" sign. Here, let's keep things under the family. I unboxed these toys in the previous video, I think. And look at this. Now these are big. Look at that. I'm putting right here Macho Man, and I'm putting Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. LJN one. See what I'm talking about? Look how big this damn thing is. The ring size makes no sense. There was one wrestling ring that was really good, was the old Jakks Pacific one that they made. Not this one. They made so many different ones. Just like Mattel keeps making a lot of different ones. They made a Jakks Pacific bouncy ring. Except that ring sucked because it was like a stupid rubber band, so the thing would always sink in. It looked like a swimming pool with no water. It was like flat like that. It would last very. It was very funny how that ring was, but for the size of these Jakks Pacific toys, they came in handy. They matched the size, but the ring just sucked. And this is a complete opposite effect where the ring is too big and the ring is too small. Here's another example of wrestling rings. Look at this one. I bought this one in Mexico last year, in Tijuana. It came with little Mexican wrestlers. They look like the ones they sell at the 99-cent store. And look at this. Y'all hate this guy. Y'all hate this guy. Let me put him right here. So, you know, he looks like he's trying to get out of the window. Ah! Never mind. Look at this. This is for the G.I. Joe. See what I'm here? See right here what I'm doing it with Zartan from G.I. Joe? Look how perfect his body looks to the rope. It matches the height and everything. That's the issue I'm having with when I bought this ring. And I don't know why I'm getting mad, because I wanted to get this toy when I was a kid. Now I don't know if I should keep it or not. Again, I'm on a crusade to get all my toys back, but there's some things that you realize, why did I get it? It's so big. I don't know how rich people do it. They have the money to buy cars, but after a while you realize you don't have any huge garage. You have to rent out the first level of a garage so you can park all your nice cars. Real cars, not toy cars. And look at this, The Rock. Here's The Rock, Build 'em Brawler, Jakks Pacific. This is a Jakks Pacific. He looks like a ballerina dancer, by the way, because the way this G.I. Joe shaped is up. Look at that. See that right there? He's looking. Let me see now. He is looking at you. At you. And here's another G.I. Joe. I don't know what this G.I. Joe is. You know, I admit these G.I. Joes have better details, but there's something about it that's missing. Might be my imagination. And now let's look at... Now here's the complete opposite effect. When a ring is too small, but the toy is big. Look at this. My hands are blocking the way, but here, let me do it one by one. Okay, let's try one more time. You know what, let's try something different. We already used Corporal Kirshner. Let's use Dynamite Kid. Tom Billington. See that right there? Too humongous. And look at the, let's compare the size with the Mattel and the LJN. With the exception of the Mattel having better detail. And now, let's put him in the wrestling ring. See? See? These rings are kind of funny when you look at them, Bill. Because it's really just a shoelace or a rubber band. This is actually a nail, if you look at it carefully. It's a nail with some white stuff. I like the Spider-Man thing from the first Spider-Man movie that came out with Tobey Maguire. And I saw this ring when I was a kid in 1995 when I went to Tijuana, Mexico one time. And I was broke at the time. I was a little kid. Mom was going to buy me toys. But I decided to buy it again years later. It's probably not the same one, but it's made out of wood. Look at this. This is nice handcrafted. I wish I could... This is something that I wish I could make for like... I wish I could customize my own ring, even though they already make a bunch of them. I hate when you customize stuff and they sell it already in the store and you find yourself liking the one that you bought at the store instead. But this is not a bad ring. It's made out of wood. Look at that wood. I don't know what kind of wood it is. This looks like the kind of wood that don't leave it out don't leave it out, especially if it showers, because it gets messed up. It looks like my old bed that has a nice wood, but the wood on the side, it's one where you drop water. Blah. Don't know if this thing is glued or stickered or whatnot. And now let's try the Macho Man. Macho Man action figure. Too big. And now back to the topic of the Mattel LJN ring. Too small. See that? And look, these are, you can't get any bigger than these unless you get those deluxe aggression that they made for Jakks Pacific. I think I have some around there. I always hated when they made it the best toys, but they were part of the deluxe aggression. I didn't like those deluxe aggression because the toys just got too big. And let's do one more. Let's keep it under the Mattel family here with more Mattel and LJN family. Well, this is what are these? Oh, these are from Remco. This is the AWA. I don't know which AWA toy this guy is, but they look like He-Man. See? Look at this. This is He-Man. Well, it's actually She-Ra, but He-Man. And what do you know? They are the same size. What? When I was a kid, I used to use He-Man as Hulk Hogan. And now we get to keep things in the Mattel family. You got Rio Blast from He-Man with Macho Man. And again, size of the ring, too small. The ring is humongous. But again, it's part of my childhood. I feel like just cleaning this thing up and refurbishing it and reselling it. That doesn't make any sense what I'm planning on doing. But again, this was just part of my childhood that I wanted to buy. I just hope I don't end up regretting it, because I just found out on the news that Liza Minnelli is getting rid of all of her stuff because she's downsizing. She's getting older. Then again, she looked old already when she did Arthur. She's getting rid of scripts, dresses, and everything, and whatnot, and so forth. I hope it doesn't happen to me. I wonder what happens to most of you collectors out there. I've seen videos here where some of you are selling your video game collections, and they go voila. Now back to the topic of what I was going to say at the end of the video. One of the things I want to do, and I already explained this, is to get all my old toys back. One toy I'm dying to get, because I had that when I was a kid, and when I was a kid, I didn't have too many play sets. I had toys, I had action figures, but no play sets. For example, I had the WWF toys, not too many. I had 2 or 3, but no wrestling ring. So I didn't really get the blue wrestling ring until years later, thanks to one of my friends who had eBay at the time. He first introduced me to eBay back then, and that's how he got me the ring with a bunch of other superstars, which are not very common. Give me a second, people. Clear my throat. Clear my throat. I had then it always works backwards. I even had a Flintstones school. Flintstones. I forgot they made toys of the Flintstones, but I had no Fred or Barney or Dino or whatever. Maybe there was a Flintstone Kids. I don't remember. I had that toy when I was a kid. I had G.I. Joes. They would always break, but no vehicle, no airplanes, no nothing. Well, when it came to He-Man, I can't complain. I had He-Man action figures, no Prince Adam, but I had the Castle of Grayskull. Yes, the Castle of Grayskull. But God, trying to buy that thing is expensive online. There's a store down the street, well, not down the street from here, but on the other side of town that has it for like $300. It's probably mint condition. I don't give a shit about the mint condition. I just wanted the toy for nostalgic purposes, because this was part of my childhood. My obsession right now is to get all my old toys back that I had when I was a kid. There's some toys that I totally forgotten that I had, other toys that I remember. That's the beauty about technology nowadays. You can just find this stuff on eBay, but God, it's expensive. So I will keep you guys posted on how the hunt for the Castle of Grayskull continues. But I am going to get that damn thing this year. The only problem is, I hope I don't end up regretting getting it, because I have no more space. I'm going to have to sell something that I just bought about a year ago that is just sitting in the closet. And I'm like, it's cool and all, but, I never had it when I was a kid, and I want my childhood back. Then again, my childhood is still around. Age is only a number and whatnot and so forth. All right, folks, this is a new setup, by the way, because I changed the setup, believe it or not. When I'm on the computer, I'm not exactly sitting down. I'm actually standing up. That's why I keep looking this way. The monitor is actually over here, and I'm pointing at you, little yellow dot. I have to look. I just hope my neck doesn't hurt, because I have to look like this all the time. But I have to think of a different setup, because look at this. Now I'm against the wall, but I'm against the bed. But this is the setup that I have, because I'm just getting tired of always sitting down on the computer. I want to stand up all the time. The standing up can help you, but then when you sit down because you're tired of standing up, your neck hurts because you're like this a lot. All right, folks, I will let you guys go. I have to step out right now, go to the post office, and I cannot do something today. What am I not supposed to do? I don't know. Anyway, folks, this is a redo. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my Facebook page and my Twitter account. I try to keep the content separate, not mirror each other. It's funny how these advice videos always tell you not to mirror the content, but yet they all fucking mirror the content. And then everything ends up on YouTube. Facebook videos, Twitter videos end up on YouTube. And I'm like, so what is the point of subscribing to you on one end if you're going to post the same shit on the other end? It just makes no fucking sense. But, again, all the humanoids and hamburgers are guilty of being sheeps. Meh. So I will see you guys later, and I am signing off.